Welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, for those who follow me on TikTok, you guys will know today's topic was supposed to be completely different. So, yesterday we were supposed to go to Sandanski. However, the weather was absolutely terrible. So, we had to cancel our Sandanski plans yesterday. We ended up just staying in bed and watching Netflix. And I'm glad I did that, to be honest. I feel a lot more refreshed and rejuvenated. If you guys have been following me on TikTok, you will see probably throughout the week, my eyes and my energy levels just went down. I've been working non-stop. So it was nice to have that day off, to refresh, to relax, and to reflect. But I'm gonna ask you guys, if you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We wanna get to 200 subscribers by the end of 2024. So today's video is a little bit of a different topic. So I've now been living in Bulgaria for 6 weeks. So I thought a good video to do would be sharing my highlights, so the positives of living in Bulgaria and the negatives of living in Bulgaria at the moment in winter after 6 weeks of being here. So I'm gonna get straight into the video. Again, hit that subscribe button. So we're gonna start with the first positive. Now, the first positive of living in Bulgaria, now I've been here for 6 weeks, I've got a big picture of what it's like to actually be here, is the culture and the way of life. Now, one thing I would say about the culture here is the way of life seems to be a lot slower, a lot more relaxed compared to back in the UK. I don't know if it's a city thing. I was living in a place called Chelmsford, which is near London, but the pace of life and the way people were working, people were burning themselves out, working themselves into the ground, killing themselves working. And I feel like here, culturally, the way of work just seems a lot slower. In the UK, for every hour you're working, you have to be work. You cannot take a break until you have your lunch break. Whereas I feel like here, a lot of the places, especially bars and retail, it's very much when there's work to do, you work, but when there's not work to do, you can have a cigarette, you can relax. People were sitting outside their shops. And I just feel like the overall vibe, even when I'm walking through the town centres, people were walking a lot slower, people were a lot more relaxed, people were able to fit in going for lunches. I can't remember the last time I went for a lunch in the UK with a friend when I was working, or a family member. And just here, I've had so many lunches with different people, some of my wife's family, some people that are, now friends. And it's it just feels like the way of life and the culture. If you guys are from here, comment and let me know. I can't describe it unless you physically see it. The only way I can describe it is back in the UK, we're all working like crazy robots. Here, it's a little bit more relaxed. You do your job, but you also have a life, The second point, of course, if you guys follow me, you will know a big part of one thing I absolutely love and adore here is the food and the cuisine. The food is out of this world in Bulgaria. The food choices, the delicacies, everything I've tried so far has been absolutely amazing. Compared to UK food choices, in the UK, we tend to more have our kind of delicacies are more Indian food, Turkish food, an English delicacies like fish and chips or something like that, or a cottage pie or something like that. But here, in the restaurants and the people who can cook here, the list just goes on and on with the amount of food types that are here. Any restaurant you go in, we went into a restaurant today and there was 15 pages of different foods, different Bulgarian dishes. And I just feel here, a big part of the culture is the food. And one good thing I like is over a long period of time, throughout hundreds and hundreds of years, people have kept the tradition of the food. And I feel we don't really have that in the UK. There's not really a food tradition, or at least something that I've not really experienced. And I just think there's so much still to try. Every single day I'm trying a new food or a new variant. There's a dish, for example, in Bulgaria, but then you can have so many different variations of that dish. And it's just unreal to see the amount of food choices that are here. And I think that ties in with the culture as well. I think culturally here, food and good food is a massive part of the culture. So the third thing I would say is myself personally, I have a better sense of overall well-being. And what I mean by that is within myself, I feel better. In this place right now, I feel like anything is possible. Now, this is a personal thing. This isn't to do with the country, but this is my personal experience. Now, in the UK, I felt very deflated. I didn't feel like anything I put my mind to I could achieve, I could accomplish anything. Here, I don't know why it's here specifically, but here in this country, in this place, in this environment, I am surrounded by positivity. I wake up in the morning wanting to grind, wanting to work hard, wanting to do anything I set my mind to. Whereas in the UK, I don't know if I don't know if it's the culture, but I feel like in the UK, we're very like, it's a very negative place culturally. Like if you tell a friend or if you tell a family member you want to do something, it's like, be realistic, that's not really possible, you can't really do that. Whereas here, I'm just locked in, I'm focused, I know what I want to achieve and I'm going out and doing it, you know? And I just feel like since I've been here for the 6 weeks, like the progress, I mean, you guys only see a certain amount on social media, right? But the progress in my life, my personal development has just been like this, you know, in these 6 weeks. And I don't think that's something that's going to slow down. I think you guys are going to see things do more and more and better and better. And, you know, this is just the start of the journey. And I'm so glad that anyone watching it this far is seeing the beginning, is seeing the inception of something that's going to go like this, you know? So 2025 is going to be a huge year, but I just think myself, I feel a million times better as a person here than I have ever felt in the UK. So that's the 3 positives. Of course, there's a lot more, but I'm trying to make this video, you know, balanced. So 3 positives and 3 negatives. So the first negative of being in Bulgaria at the moment is in the winter time, it's very hard to travel. For example, yesterday, we wanted to go to Sandanski, which isn't too far from where we are in Blagovgrad, but the weather was terrible, so we had to cancel our plans. Because I'm not driving at the moment, like I don't have a car here. I have a driving license, but I don't have a car here, so everything at the moment is public transport. So going to the bus station when it's raining, or, you know, getting the bus to places and having to get off at the bus station, you can't just park up and get out, you know. And I just feel like there's a lot of places that we want to visit, but in the winter times, it's not really the best time to travel. So we're kind of here in Blagovgrad at the moment, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I wouldn't even call it a negative, but just something that I thought, because I'm always putting, you know, my experience in a positive light. I wanted to also share some kind of things that aren't so great. So yeah, I think in the winter months, being able to travel, we're not able to travel anywhere near as much as we had hoped. But again, that's the same anywhere. If we were in the UK, it would be the same. The only thing is, like in the UK, the trains are a lot better, so you can get from one place to another much quicker, and like, you know, you walk to the train station and you get the train to wherever you want to go, and everywhere's sheltered. And yeah, I just think traveling is not as easy here in the winter with public transport. Second thing, of course, is the language barrier and getting to know people. So because I can't speak fluent Bulgarian, a lot of people don't know the true me. A lot of people I speak to, if it's my wife's family or if it's people that I'm friendly with, like out and about, I'll say hello, I'll say thank you, I'll say goodbye, like I'll speak a little bit of basic, you know, Ucha Bulgarski Seki Den. Every day I'm learning Bulgarian, but it's not at the point where I'm speaking to you guys right now fluently. You guys understand a bit about my personality, how I speak, how I act. Whereas in Bulgaria, right now, when I'm on my own, it's a little bit more difficult. People can't get to really truly know me, and I can't really get to truly know people. For example, my wife's grandma, we see her every day, but she doesn't know me and I don't know her, because we're not at that point yet where we can communicate to have a long conversation, you know? So I think that's probably the biggest negative for me at the moment, but that's something that's a work in progress, you know? Over a period of time, that will of course improve. And lastly is seeing family and friends. Now, I feel like when I was in the UK, I kind of took it for granted, like just, you know, seeing a family member or seeing a friend or seeing my brother, like it was an easy thing to do. But now I'm not in the UK. It's, you know, I have to get a flight and I have to book it. We have to plan it in advance. And like I think I do miss a few sort of family members and a few friends. Again, it's not like the worst problem in the world. It's not something that's gonna affect my life here, but it is something that I'm a bit more conscious of. Like now, I'm planning to go back to the UK and I'm planning to see everyone, and I'm making plans and arrangements who to visit, and it's a bit more, it's not as easy, you know. And here, like in Bulgaria, making friends, of course, until I learn the language, I can't socialize as much as I want to. Like I'm a very sociable person, but in Bulgaria, I can't be that person. But yeah, it's not, again, the negatives, they're not like crazy bad things. Like definitely the positives outweigh the negatives. And again, they're not, I wouldn't even call them negatives. I just can't think of another word for it. But that's pretty much it. But yeah, a lot of you guys have been asking, like, you know, how was your experience in Bulgaria? How do you feel being in Bulgaria? And that's my honest truth, you know, only 6 weeks here, but 6 weeks, hopefully, out of a lifetime. What is next? I still need to collect my visa. The embassy this week are saying that my visa is going to be ready. They're saying by the 14th of December. Today is it the 9th? 9th, 10th, yeah, the 9th of December, Monday the 9th of December, I think. So it should be ready any day now. The minute I get that email or the minute I get that phone call to say my visa is ready to collect, I'm booking my flight. I'm going straight back to the UK to collect my visa. After my visa, I need to get my residency permit. So my visa lasts for 6 months. After 6 months, it expires. But by then, I need to get my residency permit, which lasts for 1 year. After 1 year, I then need to renew that for 3 years, and then I can get my permanent residency. I can't get my work permit to work in Bulgaria also until I get my residency permit. So yeah, that's another subject anyway, but everything is in motion. Everything is going great here. And of course, not every day is amazing. You know, I do have rubbish days like anyone. We're only human, right? Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to do anything today. But that's a part of life, and that's why you have to keep pushing. So yeah, that was today's video, wrapped up in a quick vlog. If you guys have got any questions for me or anything you want to kind of know, put in the comments below and I will be sure to get back to you. Don't forget, I'm very active on TikTok, but one thing I'm doing this year, or next year should I say, is really pushing my YouTube. I really want to get this channel to as many sort of subscribers as possible. I'm really trying to make this a career, you know, so YouTube always pays the most out of any social media platform. So TikTok is great. I love doing TikTok. It's fun for me, but you cannot make a living out of TikTok, you know, and you guys see the amount of stuff I'm posting every single day. And bear in mind, I'm not getting paid for it. There's no money from it. So to be able to keep that level of output, I'm going to start doing a lot more YouTube, you know, and make sure that, you know, the views go up and the subscribers go up. So tell a friend to tell a friend. But yeah, today's video is wrapped up. Again, one video every single week. I'm going to try and do as many travel videos as possible. But as I said, in the winter time, it is a little bit more difficult. I think, to be honest, the next travel video I do will be going back to the UK to collect my visa, which again, hopefully will be within the next 1 to 2 weeks. I have until the 10th of January to basically get my visa. If by the 10th of January I don't have a visa, I have to go back to the UK until I get my visa, because I have 90 days visa free in any European country, including Bulgaria. And the 10th of January, that will come to an end. So no stress, no pressure. But yeah, I appreciate your support as always. Please hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already, and share this with a friend, because I want to get out there as much as possible this year. Going to be promoting YouTube a lot, but don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.